got to be able to do something with that, haven't I?
How do you make money for nothing?
I'm going to take one and be back for the other.
The answer could be hiding in the 30 million tonnes of household waste we throw out every year.
They're beautiful.
That's why entrepreneur Sarah Moore wants to get her hands on things before they hit the skip.
I'm a passionate user, maker and buyer of old stuff, and I've turned my passion into a money-making business. I make new stuff out of old stuff. I sell it for profit.
And with some of the country's elite designers and makers,
You like to set a challenge for me, didn't you?
Nice.
she can transform her finds into desirable,
Isn't that clever?
valuable,
What an original piece of design.
and hopefully saleable items.
Oh, no way.
If Sarah is successful, then she can hand the profits back to the very people who had no idea there was cash to be made from their trash.
Oh my God, that is amazing.
This non-stop hive of activity is the Bredbury Recycling Centre in Greater Manchester. With the nation becoming more aware of the benefits of regenerating unwanted possessions, one woman is on a mission to turn your trash into hard cash.
Unloved bedside cabinets, bashed up blanket boxes and cracked vanity units, all destined for the tip, can be made desirable and hip and turn a profit.
But before you make a beeline for your local tip, Sarah's been given special permission to seek out 3 items
Anything exciting in here?
that she can rejuvenate, repurpose and sell on for a profit. Does Nicola have anything to offer Sarah? No strings attached.
Oh, hello. What are you chucking out?
Rope,
Rope?
yeah.
What have you been using this for?
It's been in somebody's garage a very long time. We've got new rope now, which is a bit cleaner.
OK. What else are you throwing away? Because this looks like it could be part of an interesting lot.
I think there might be a few pegs, but it's mainly rope
OK.
and just plastic boxes and stuff like that that we've seen
do you mind if I have a little look?
No, feel free.
Really? Oh, it's heavy. This bit of old rope might be good to add it to that other batch.
Yeah.
It looks quite appealing. Are they skipping ropes?
Yeah, old skipping ropes, but they've seen better days. They have nice plastic ones now, don't they?
You know what I'm going to say, don't you? I'm going to try and make you some money from your old rope.
Thank you. That'd be lovely.
Thank you ever so much for stopping and letting me take that.
That's fine. Thank you.
I've got my work cut out with that one, haven't I? Brilliant. Have a good day. Thanks so much.
Bye.
What does Nicola think Sarah will get up to with her old rope?
I'm hoping that she's going to make something, maybe something that's quite decorative would be lovely.
Decorative, good call. I'm sure Sarah already has millions of ideas what to do with it though.
What on earth am I going to do with this?
Oh, maybe not.
It's really strong. And there's miles of potential.
Fortunately for her, she knows a couple of craftsmen positively brimming with ideas. This is Josh and Olle. They use natural and recycled materials to make bespoke furniture and handcrafted artworks. They're not only business partners, they're best buddies too.
We've been friends for years, I don't know how long, but ages now.
We teamed up and then it's quite a nice combination of skills that we have.
Yeah, I think we've got a lot of ideas between us, a lot of fresh thinking, and it just works together quite nicely as a team.
The fact that we haven't fallen out completely and we've been working together this long kind of shows it's working.
Yeah.
Question is, will Josh and Olle be jumping for joy when they see this lot? Maybe not. That's one item found, 2 still to go. And Sarah can't hang about. Some items from Ian's winemaking days have caught her eye.
You look like you're setting up a stall here.
Yeah. Well, had I had more time with my house move, I may well have tried to sell some of this stuff.
Okay, you're on the move.
But because we're moving tomorrow and life's a little fraught, I've decided it had to go.
Okay.
Today was the day.
I quite like some of this stuff. This is the kind of stuff that I see up for sale with a few quid on it all day long. I like the demijohns.
Okay, I've got another 2 inside.
Have you?
Yes.
Can I take them away?
You can take them away, yeah.
A demijohn is used for home brewing wine, which was a popular way to make cheap alcohol in the 70s, often with outlandish flavours such as fig and parsnip. But the results often literally left a bad taste in the mouth.
Let me take those away and say thank you so much, and I will try and make something better than wine out of them, because I wouldn't make good wine. Brilliant, thanks ever so much.
Has Ian any idea what Sarah intends to get up to with these demijohns?
I suppose you could actually somehow get them together in a clump and make some sort of design item out of them, but I'm at a loss.
You and me both, mate.
Classic 1970s housing paraphernalia. Everybody was making wine back then, and nobody's doing it now. So there are loads of these that I see.
There may be loads going round, but that doesn't mean there's loads that can be done with them. But Sarah knows a man that's seen a demijohn or 2 in his time. Welcome to the wonderful world of Guy Trench. He combines imagination and illumination to make one-of-a-kind lighting. Guy and his crew of skilled craftsmen turn relics of the past, or old bits of trash, into quirky and cool lamps.
I think the disposable culture we live in today is appalling, really, what we throw away, but it's not made to last. In the old days, they made things to last, and that's why I like doing what I do. It's keeping those things alive. So, for example, the old cameras. Why have them in the cupboard? There's something that ought to be brought out. So if we can turn them into a lamp, then we're going to keep it. But you could say to your grandchildren, say, that's what your great-grandpa used to use, that thing. And it's something they can relate to. So it's lovely preserving a bit of history. Isn't that rewarding? Fantastic.
I get the feeling that Guy will meet this challenge like every other, with a smile on his face. Sarah's saved items for her artisans, but now she has to unearth a hidden gem for herself. Is there a once prized possession waiting to be cherished again in Amy's boot?
Hiya, do you need a hand?
Oh, yes, please.
Oh, they're nice.
Oh, thank you.
So are these coming out of your house?
Not mine. I got them. I was going to make some headboards with them, but...
Oh, so these are the DIY project you haven't done?
Yeah, something.
Is that because you're busy?
Yeah, busy.
Yeah, you're expecting something there?
Yeah.
Amy's expecting a baby, which has put paid to her DIY designs.
How were you going to make them into a headboard? Were you just going to stand the pair up behind the bed?
Yeah, I was going to sand them down and then repaint them and then put them as headboards at the back of the bed. But yeah, so the little one on the way, it's not happening. The spare room's been taken now, so.
I mean, oh, well, it's my lucky day then, is it?
It
well,
is.
I will definitely try and do something, and I like that the headboard idea is really cool. So I'll just see if I can wrestle this one out of the way.
The door's wide open here for Sarah to work her magic. But what does Amy think she should do?
I liked my headboard idea, but I don't know, anything really.
Life just got really peachy. I mean, look at those two. They've got lovely old lines. They're made of solid, chunky bits of timber, and the colours on them are bang on. Hear that? That's profit knocking.
Success! Sarah has saved her 3 items. Josh and Olle are bound to love the box of ropes. Guy will surely do justice to the demijohns, and Sarah is 2 doors up in the upcycling stakes.
It's heartwarming that so many people would rather give me their unwanted items than let them end up in here. All I have to do is make sure the transformations are magnificent, and I bring home some money for nothing.
glorious Sussex countryside. A haven for wildlife and woolly farm animals alike. Which is perhaps why our bearded boy wonders, Josh and Olle, feel right at home here, happily beavering away in their workshop, blissfully unaware of what delights Sarah's bringing their way.
Sarah's going to be here in a minute and looking forward to what she's going to bring us. Hopefully it's something nice and old with a bit of character or something.
Afraid not, Olle.
Yeah, never quite know what Sarah's going to turn up with, but that's half the excitement really, because you just don't know what's going to happen. So yeah, looking forward to it.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi guys, how are you doing? Hey, lovely to see you. Yeah. Really well, how are you?
Good.
Wow. You've got quite an interesting mix of different things.
A lot of rope in there.
I just thought, you guys are creative. You could do something with it.
Well, ladies and gents, what you've just witnessed there is a masterclass in passing the buck, or as Sarah likes to call it, empowering her collaborators.
Well, this stuff here is so nice to look at, isn't it? I mean, I know it's not all like that, but the natural kind of jute stuff, it's kind of lending itself to some sort of artwork, sort of like wall art or something.
Have you done that before? Is that something, are you comfortable with that kind of thing?
We've done wall art before, never anything using ropes, so yeah, it could be interesting.
Yeah, it's a new material to us.
Sarah's mantra for making saleable, upcycled items is combine beauty and utility. Artwork is outside of her comfort zone.
Budget, can we like pluck a figure out of the air that I can leave you with and make money out of?
How would 300, 350 sound?
It sounds all right. It's a bit of a leap of faith because at the moment it looks like this and I can't imagine it looking amazing on a wall, but I know what you lads are capable of, so 300, 350?
Yep, done deal. Thank you very much.
Game on.
See ya.
Bye. Well, I've just left the boys 300 to 350 quid to make some money from some old rope. I'm a bit worried, actually. It's really difficult to sell artwork. I normally go for beautiful and useful, and here I'm just hoping for beautiful. But I trust them, and they obviously have a vision going on in there. I just don't know what it is.
So, fellas, what are you thinking?
It's a bit of a ropey one, this one.
Nice one, Olle.
It's not for everyone, really, is it?
Very droll, Josh.
Might tie us up for a while.
I think it will, isn't it?
You're stealing all my material here, boys. These naughty scamps are all jokes, but £300 to £350 budget is a sizable investment. I'm certainly intrigued, but I just hope the lads can pull this project off. Welcome to the harbour town of Malden in the county of Essex. It has a long and proud history, including fighting against Viking invaders in the 10th century. And here comes another fierce warrior in the battle against waste. Good luck fighting her off, Guy.
Always looking forward to seeing Sarah, always bringing something different, always something new, and I so enjoy creating different things. So yeah, looking forward to her.
Whenever I see a demijohn, I always think about parsnip wine and not very nice homebrew. So I'm hoping that Guy can make something a little bit more tasteful out of this lot. Hi there.
Hello, Sarah. How are you again? I won't shake your hand this time. My word, what have you brought here? 4 demijohns. How lovely.
Yeah, well, I'm hoping they're going to be lovely. Should I pop them on the table?
Pop on the table.
4 dusty table lamps, I thought, or something. What do you reckon?
That's right. Well, we do demijohns.
What do you do with them?
We turn them into hanging lights. So what we do is we had them up here, we cut the bottom off, we then put a very funky bulb in the bottom, so it's one of these new filament bulbs. And when we cut off here, we have a raw edge, and we cover it with either copper or a silver ring going around it, so you don't see that nasty ring when it's, edge on when it's up in the sky. that as a hanging light looks fantastic.
Okay, well, I mean, you've got 4 here to work with.
Well, we might break some while we're cutting them. So not all the time that we can get good ones out. We may get 2, we may get 3, we may get all 4. Never know.
Do you want to give me a price for one hanging light and then work out how successful you are?
We're going to ring it. Going to put the electrics up the side of it. I would think about £90 to do one. And if we break the others, well, we shouldn't break them. We're quite good at it now.
Okay, well that's great. So if there's one, I'm going to make at least 50 quid profit on that, you know, and potentially there's 4 there. And I look forward to seeing as many of these intact and turned into lighting as possible.
No problem at all.
That's great.
Lovely. Thank you, Sarah.
Lovely to see you, Guy. Take care.
Bye.
That really is the best possible outcome for those demijohns, because I was worried they might be slightly pedestrian table lamps, but as hanging lanterns, they're going to look fantastic. A genius idea.
This hanging up, bottom cut off, funky bulb in there, lovely old wiring, is really different. And you go into people's houses and it's straight away, it's different. I think they're going to look really good.
Guy's planning to turn the 4 demijohns into 4 hanging lights. Sarah could turn a great profit, as long as he doesn't smash any, of course.
Bramble!
Sarah's back with her lovable big pup Bramble at home in Sussex. She's dropped off the demijohns and the rope, and now she's got to get cracking on the pine doors. Amy had planned to turn them into headboards, but what's Sarah's big idea?
I've had a good look at the condition of them and they're really rough and ready, so to reposition those to inside the house, it's going to be a lot of work. So I thought I'd go for something really useful to go in the garden. I'm thinking about making a potting bench.
Gardeners use potting benches as a work table in their sheds and greenhouses for potting seedlings and plants.
But where to start? I have never done anything like this before, and in order to make it stable, I'm going to have to use some real carpentry skills. But it's all right, because I've got a saw.
The secret of a good sawing motion is to angle the blade at 65 degrees from the wood. Use one hand to hold the saw while the other supports the wood, and use long, smooth strokes. And don't bear down, let the saw do the work. Basically, all the things Sarah isn't doing.
It's quite straight.
What she may lack in technique, she makes up for with enthusiasm.
Right, so that is going to be the back panel of the table, and this is going to be the work surface.
Sarah's combining her wooden work surface with a metal tray, but first she has to cut a hole for it into which the tray will fit seamlessly. Easy peasy.
Maybe get some power tools out to help me with this one, so put that aside for a sec.
There's an age-old rule of carpentry: measure twice, cut once.
Right, let's hope this fits and doesn't fall through.
Or you can do what Sarah's done: sketch a rough outline and hope for the best.
Perfect.
She's turned up trumps again. I'm so happy for her.
Great, so that's nice and snug in there, and this is where the plants go. Now I need to turn that into the base of it.
Are you all ready for another top tip? Here we go. When using a power screwdriver, make sure to use the correct size of screw bit for the screw, and don't apply too much torque as it will strip the screw head. Yet again, not exactly what Sarah's doing.
Well, that bit works really well. Got to do something about the rest of it. Trying to pack some style into this.
And Sarah's idea to pack in the style? Some corrugated iron and a bit of old fence. Oh dear. So far, Sarah's only forked out £16, but right now her potting bench is less shabby chic, more just plain shabby. Josh and Olle are pondering exactly what Sarah's roped them into. And that, I promise, is the last pun.
Well, we certainly haven't done any projects with rope before. I think once we get going, then it should be fine, but yeah, it's a bit of a new one at the moment.
Their idea is to transform the old rope into wall art. After a fair amount of beard scratching, their plan is beginning to take shape.
We both want to go for a hexagonal frame and then string the ropes in between in a nice kind of interesting way. And Josh is clearly going for a bit more of a kind of rigid line type thing, whereas mine are a bit more of a mess.
You said it.
But hopefully a good mess.
One thing they can't make a mess of is the measurements. The lads have got to get their angles spot on to create the hexagon frames.
Pretty sure it should be 30 degrees.
Oh Josh, obviously a 30-degree angle would create a 24-sided tetracosagon. Or maybe I just made that up.
120.
Top of the class, Olle.
Probably ready to start cutting some wood. This is going to be the frame. So chosen oak to do the frame out of. I just have to cut it up into strips first of all, and then cut the angles on it in order to get our hexagon.
While Josh cracks on with the wooden frame, Olle is sorting out the rope. They plan to keep the rope made out of jute with its strong vegetable fibres in its natural colour while dyeing the cotton ropes. For the frame, the lads are working with strong and sturdy oak.
I think we just thought it would be a good option colour-wise. It will blend in a little bit with some of that natural jute rope, but then it will contrast again with the blacks and the white rope as well. So yeah, it's a good balance, it's in the middle, and it's just a nice choice of wood.
It's also expensive, so to make sure he's got his angles exactly spot on, Josh cut 6 test pieces from scrap wood.
Just to check that my angles are all right on the saw, so I don't waste any of the actual material. It's looking roughly like a hexagon.
Roughly just isn't good enough. It has to be seamless, so Josh is using a strap clamp to hold it all in place.
It's looking good. See if you can see any gaps through those.
Perfection. It's back to the machine room for Josh to begin making the wooden frames. That's the easy part for these guys, but working with rope is a new challenge. Olle wants the cotton ropes to catch the eye when coloured. For the first one, he's using a jet black acid-based dye. It's on with the safety gear before pouring in the dye. Olle's right to be careful, but his tub might be letting him down.
I don't think that's completely watertight.
Allow me to translate. I speak fluent, muffled. I don't think this is watertight. Yep, we can see that. The coloured ropes will be the focal point of Josh and Olle's artwork, but right now it looks more stomach-churning than eye-catching. In Essex, Guy's got a gift from his glass man. He sent 4 demijohns to a professional glass cutter to undergo the delicate operation of having their bottoms sliced off. Easy does it, Guy.
And here we have one of the demijohns that Sarah rescued from the dump. And what we've done is we've just cut the whole bottom off here, which is, we break some sometimes, but I think that, yeah, hanging down with a bulb on the bottom of it, and then what we do is we'll ring it with a silver all copper sort of pipe around the outside of it, so you lose that nasty glass look, and it'll just look a lot nicer.
I hope you've got another 3 just like that one in that box.
So right, we're off to the workshop with this now.
where, as luck would have it, we find a qualified electrician.
Right there, Steve.
Demi John.
One Demi-John.
Not for long though, Steve, if you work your magic.
We'll just get those wires and pop it through the top here.
Oh, right, okay, yeah.
Good old Sparky Steve is going to take the project to the next stage of its journey, from passed over picture to lush lighting.
This I can see ending up in a kitchen. If you know, you put 3 over an island in the kitchen, looks really different. There are so many people who've got round balls, which you could, everybody's got those, but nobody's got something which is like a bell shape and with the little ears on the side here. But it's rather a shame to see them just thrown away when there is another life. Once you see this hanging out with a you know, funky bulb in, it just looks different, and it just says reclaim, recycle. You're just using something again.
There's nothing we like more than to see trash transformed. Now it's time to witness Guy's light bulb moment. Literally.
Oh, that looks very nice looking. And that, with a silver ring going round inside there, will just finish it off nicely. Let's try another bulb in there.
These bulbs may look old-fashioned, but they are eco-friendly. They have a vintage style, but are actually long-lasting LEDs.
Okay, and that's quite funky. I think the joy of these sort of new modern sort of old-looking bulbs is that you can have a play and see what you like to put in these. We'll just try one more. Oh yeah, yeah, that's the one.
They look great, don't
That's the one. Yeah, it's just got something more happening on that one, I think.
It's looking good, Guy, but what about the other 3? Did they survive the glass cutters? So, Guy is getting to grips with his demi-johns, and Josh and Ollie are getting on with their old rope. But what of Sarah and her potting bench? Well, she's struggling with the corrugated iron she hoped would add rustic charm. Looks more rusty than rustic to me. Perhaps her daughter Libby might lend a hand.
Hi. Hi. Do you like it?
Clean.
I'm going to tidy it up before I use it. Do you think it's going to add to it or not?
Yeah.
You're lying. You're so lying, I can tell.
Sarah's flattening the iron to use as the surface of a shelf. Kudos where kudos is due. Sarah's put in the hard graft on this one. Has transforming these old doors into a potting bench turned out to be a potty idea? Well, I'm impressed, and I'm sure Libby will be too. What Sarah may lack in carpentry skill, she more than makes up for in gumption and vision. The wavy iron's not so wavy anymore. Sarah has brought together the doors, fence, the corrugated iron, the metal tray and the potato crate into a cohesive whole. Each individual part is distinct, but sits in harmony with the others, and proportionally they all fit like a glove. Her potting bench has a ramshackle homespun charm, but it's strong and sturdy.
You can make all sorts of things out of these old doors, but I loved making this potting table. And I think it's going to be useful for somebody, and hopefully they'll buy it at a fair price.
Amy was chucking out a pair of doors that she had planned to use to make headboards.
Is that because you're busy?
Yeah, busy.
Yeah, you're expecting something there.
Yeah.
The imminent arrival of her child had put her upcycling plans on hold. But what did she think Sarah would make of the doors?
I liked my headboard idea, but I don't know.
Sorry, Amy, the headboard idea didn't make the cut. The potting bench turned out a treat, and Sarah sold it to Wreckage at Home, a shop in Doncaster that specialises in vintage and rustic furniture. Now Sarah's on her way to show Amy what became of the doors. But is there to be any profit to hand over?
Demi, hiya, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Yeah, very well. I see the expansion project's coming on.
Yes, nearly there.
Now, you were dropping off old doors, and I think you'd been inspired. You were going to make something out of them, weren't you?
Yeah, I was going to make a headboard, but having another little one, so that spare room's gone out the window.
As I'm sort of a DIYer,
Yeah.
I thought I'd better do something that I knew would be really robust and saleable. So I made something for the garden.
Oh, right.
So I hope you approve, as somebody likes to take on a project. So I've got some pictures here.
Yeah.
I hope you approve of what we've been up to. But here are your doors.
Oh, how lovely.
They have been transformed into a potting bench.
Oh, they're lovely. I'll have them back now.
So what do you think?
Oh, I couldn't have imagined you do something like that, so I just thought headboard and that's all I thought, so yeah, they're really nice.
Great news that they have actually been sold, and I've got a little bit of profit to hand over to you. Hold on 1 second. They've got £4 there.
Oh, thank you.
And another 95 to go with it there.
Oh,
so
thank you very
there's £99
Oh, fantastic.
for your
Didn't
old
expect
doors.
that. Thank you very much.
Is that a surprise?
Yeah, definitely. That's really good. Thank you very much.
Oh, well, it's a pleasure. They were good fun to work on. So, new baby coming along, lots of things that you need.
Yeah,
Will that go
definitely.
towards that? Or
That is
something
definitely going
else?
towards new baby, yeah.
Very good luck with the expansion of the family.
Thank you very
And I
much.
hope that finds a useful place.
It
and
definitely will. Thank you
Brilliant.
very much. Thank you.
Very nice to see you again, Amy.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Bye.
Sarah spent £11 on the metal tray and potato crate from an online auction site and a £5 on some paint. She sold the potting bench for £115, earning the tidy sum of £99 for Amy. In deepest Sussex, Josh and Olle are awaiting Sarah's verdict on the wall art they've created from a jumble of old rope given the heave-ho.
Well, I left the boys with a box of dirty old rope, and who knows what they've done with it to make it something that people want to buy as artwork. I'm hoping they've managed to pull it off.
So am I, Sarah, so am I. I'm no art expert, but I'd have them hanging on my wall. The geometric shape of the hexagonal oak frames look great, and they set the ropes off perfectly. Josh and Olle have dyed the cotton ropes bold and bright colours, while leaving the jute ropes alone to add a rustic counterpoint. It works for me, but it's Sarah the boys have really got to please.
Hiya.
Hello.
Hey. Oh, really?
You doing all right?
You boys are geniuses. I cannot believe it. Guys, they're really beautiful.
Thank you very much. Yeah, we're pretty chuffed with this.
Beautiful. How did you do it?
So this is Olle's. I designed the one on the end, and then we kind of collaborated on this one in the middle.
Great, and that works really well, doesn't it? Because they need to, I don't want to say knit together, but you know what I mean? They need to
Yeah.
fold together, don't they,
Yeah.
to make a cohesive piece. They're really lovely.
Oh, thanks.
Is it something that you'd want to do again?
Yeah, I think we will actually. Yeah, like the finished product we're really happy with, and it was like quite a fun process and like nice creative process as well. So I think we probably will end up doing these again.
There was a bit of flexibility on budget. We were around the 300 mark.
Yeah,
is that where it's come out, or is it?
Yeah, that's what we were thinking. We're happy with that.
With £100 each for these, I think there's definitely money to be made. And I always get a little bit worried about art and installation and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But these have masses of appeal. They're really beautiful, and all together, I think they're a real credit. Lovely. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Sarah's well pleased. You did good, fellas. At the dump, Nicola had a boot full of trash ready for the tip.
Oh, hello. What are you chucking out? Rope. Rope?
Yes, rope. Did Nicola have any ideas what to do with it?
Maybe something that's quite decorative would be lovely.
I think you'll be more than pleasantly surprised, Nicola. Sarah made it her mission to get them sold. She showcased them at her barn sales to see if anyone liked the look of them. and took to the internet, where she listed them on online marketplaces such as eBay, Etsy and social media. But were there any takers? Sarah's popped along to Hyde in Cheshire to let Nicola know how she got on.
Hi, Nicola.
Hi, how are you?
I'm really well. How are you?
I'm all right, thank you.
So you were rushing about and had a car full of stuff, and it was the old ropes that were really at the end of their life, weren't they, when you were dropping them off? So I thought that they had, you know, some chance of being made into something else. Have you thought about what we might have done with the rope?
We had a little bit of a think about it. We thought maybe that you would wrap them around something or maybe make a picture.
We made wall art from it. It went to fantastic guys called Josh and Olle in West Sussex, and they specialise in combining old stuff and new stuff, and particularly like using wood. So I've got some pictures to show you of how it turned out.
All right.
Here are your rope wall art.
Oh, wow, they're fantastic.
Typical, all those lovely ropes. They have made into 3 lovely pieces. Basically, they are beautiful English oak hexagons, and they have dyed some of the ropes. They took all the different coloured ones and used them as much as possible. They are currently on the market. Art is something that I think takes a bit longer to sell than maybe a table that everybody wants, but they are lovely pieces, and I will be making a big effort to make sure that I come back to you with
we
some
appreciate
profit.
that.
Okay, lovely. Well, thank you so much for letting me have the ropes.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, bye.
Josh and Olle's labour and materials came in at £300, but without any buyers, we could be facing a loss with our rope art. Given a bit more time, I'm sure they'll all be snapped up and we can surprise Nicola with a bit of profit. Back in Essex, Sarah's popping in to pass judgment on Guy's transformation of 4 dumped demijohns.
I am genuinely excited to see how the demijohn have turned out, because stylistically they should be really cool. Let's just hope there's more than one of them.
Guy is a master of illumination. I'm looking forward to being dazzled. Loving your work, Guy. The demijohn has been finished off with a super sleek aluminium ring which hides the nasty cut glass edge and complements the retro light fitting and snazzy silk cord. Who'd have thought that a dusty old demijohn could become such a luxurious light fitting? And while 1 is lovely, 4 would be fantastic. Did all 4 of the demijohns survive the glass cutter?
Hello.
Hello, Sarah. How are you?
Wow, you've been busy.
Lovely to see you.
Lovely to see you. Lovely to see this. Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah. It's. I hope you'll be pleased with it.
Is that really our tip find?
That's your tip find plus 1, 2, 3, which have not been broken.
Oh, fantastic. That's amazing, because I thought that you would not be able to make all
We
of
can
them.
never guarantee with glass. When you see these old bottles here, they're thick one side, thinner the other side. They're not quite perfect anyhow, which is what I like about the whole thing. So when you're cutting them off, you could easily just bing, and that's it goes.
I think it's stunning. I love its simplicity, and I think it's just beautiful, really so pleasing. And with all this lovely bright stuff going on, this is really looking so strong on the bottom, isn't it?
Yeah, these are the little silver units that we put on around the bottom. It takes away that horrible sharpness of the glass.
It's a really saleable, high-priced, luxury-looking item.
Yeah.
So how did we do on budget? I think it was £90 for each one.
Yep, dead on budget for each one of them. We've managed to do that. It doesn't include the bulb, only because I think people want to put whatever bulbs they want in. You can find out, the customer can put what they like into it.
Brilliant. Well, I think there's money to be made here, because they are just so special.
Well, I think there's very good money to be made out of these.
Fantastic. Well, let's get them packed up and see what we can do with them. I'm really upset about these demijohns. Upset that I can't keep them myself, but they're going to sell really well. I think I'm going to make money here.
Sarah saved the glass jars just as Ian was about to sling them in the skip.
I like the demijohns. Can I take them away?
You can take them away, yeah.
Did Ian have any ideas what she'd do with them?
I
suppose you could actually make some sort of design item out of them, but I'm at a loss.
Fortunately, Guy was not. Sarah listed them online, and unsurprisingly, there was a lot of interest. The first one to get snapped up went all the way to Hastings to Antiques and Vintage Shop Flush, where owner David was happy to hang it in the window.
I'm absolutely delighted to have this Demi job in our shop. It's an interesting and quirky lamp, and it's exactly the kind of thing that we like to sell here.
And there was another order in St Albans. Lee Farrer runs online shop The Salvage Seller. And oh look, she's got more than one. But did she take the remaining 3? Sarah's travelled to Hyde outside Manchester to show Ian what became of his homebrew holders.
Hi there, Ian.
Hi, Sarah.
How are you?
I'm very well, thanks. How are you?
Yeah, very well. So, fully moved and...
Fully moved. We're settled in at last. Yes, it was a bit traumatic at the time, but I wouldn't like to go through it again.
It's very stressful, isn't it? I know that sometimes at that point you get slightly less discerning about what you're throwing away, so I loved seeing your demijohn. Had you done much brewing and winemaking with them?
I used them for a few years, and when we started to unpack, I discovered I'd still got 2 of the original bottles going back to the 70s that I'd never drunk, that were in the back of a wine rack that I had. I'd forgotten about.
And have you still got them? Can I see them?
have still got them. You can, yes. I'll just grab them. So there we go. There's a 1980 gooseberry and a 79 Beaujolais that I made from a kit. And
it's lovely. It must be.
And there's no sediment. I'm sure it tastes like vinegar, but we shall try it one day.
So we took your demijohn all the way to Essex to a fantastic guy called Guy Trench, actually, who specialises in using things like your demijohn to make into lighting. And I've got some pictures here to show you.
Oh wow! Okay.
So.
Goodness me, those are fabulous.
So that.
How did he do that?
He has a rim made specially to go on the bottom of them. So,
right.
So you think they look all right?
I think they look absolutely fabulous. Yeah.
I managed to sell them all.
Okay.
They've gone to houses, new homes all over the country.
Oh, that's great. Well, that's wonderful.
And I've got a little bit of profit. I managed to make £20 out of your demijohn, but
oh wow, okay, well
it's a bonus 20.
I was throwing them in the tip, so it is money for nothing. So
might you have something off the top of your head you're going to do with that?
I've got a couple of charities that I support, so I'll be making a donation to either both or one of those.
Oh, fantastic! It was lovely to catch up here.
Yeah, thanks.
Bye bye.
Bye.
To make the lights, the labour and material costs came to £360. With sales totalling £380 for all 4, Ian has £20 to give to a charity of his choice. Sarah got her hands on 3 unwanted items destined for the landfill. And now they all have a new lease of life.
Well, we've handed over a little bit of money along the way, but what's really special is just seeing what people can make from things that were going to the tip. Fantastic.